Graham, a game of two halves indeed, and apart from the first try from Billy Harding, this was not the type of rugby we've been used to seeing from Blackheath here at Sedgley Park today. The sun may have been shining, but the club weren't at their best in the first half. However, Blackheath woke up all of a sudden in the second half and scored 5 converted tries in the space of about 10 minutes, which was quite breathtaking. Tigers got a consolation try at the end for their bonus point, but the final score was Sedgley Park 28, Blackheath 61. What are your thoughts?
Well, I have to say, for the most part, it wasn't really a thing of beauty, unlike the weather, which here in Lancashire has been absolutely glorious, and it always seems to be that way when we come to Sedgley Park, so never let it be said about Lancashire that it always rains up here. But yeah, it was untidy in many places. Blackheath kept on threatening to take the initiative and take the game away, only to errors creep in and let Sedgley Park get back into the contest and really keep it tight until midway through the second half, when the game suddenly exploded and Blackheath running 5 tries in, well, I mean in 9 minutes, but it may, let's call it 10, we won't be pedantic about that, through a just, well, collapsing Sedgley Park defence, which could do nothing to halt them. I'll give you the list. It was Tom Hughes, followed by Tom Emery, Sam Morley, Jake Hennessy and Carl McGee, all crossing, all tries converted by Morley. 35 points in 9 minutes. I've never seen anything quite like it, really. I couldn't keep up, so I can't give you the detail of the tries because I looked up from my notes and we'd scored another one, so sorry for that. But early on in the game, Billy Harding had put Blackheath ahead on 5 minutes. Club skipper and hooker driven across, yes, from line-out ball, but for his record equalling 42nd try of the campaign. Fantastic effort. But wing Reece Henderson, really dangerous player for Sedgley Park, got incredible pace, so he didn't need much of that because he was, after Sedgley Park created space in the corner, he was put over. Noah Sloop, again going over for Blackheath, but after I think Finn Osborne had gone and driven close, but only for Park again to respond through centre Ollie Glass. That was after Archie Smeaton had been given the yellow card for a dangerous tackle, try-saving tackle. We think Blackheath probably fortunate not to concede a penalty try at that point, but they got the try a few moments later from a tap and go. Glass going over the centre, second conversion. He had 100% conversion record for Park today, and that gave the Lancashire side a 14 points to 12 lead at the break. And Blackheath really looking, their line out sort of not on song as it usually is, not perhaps surprising. They played 4 games, to recall it, against big opposition. I'm sure that particularly after last week's game against Rotherham, a few bodies battered and bruised after that, so perhaps some tiredness obviously they're creeping in. But Blackheath did that pick and drove after the restart for Josh Smart. He didn't get many, but he went over. And then a long pass after Park had spilt ball. Again threatening, but they lost the ball forward. A long pass from Finn Osborne out wide. Jordan Burns, haven't seen that pace from him recently as well. He's found some, perhaps not looking so tired after all. It's a bit express pace down the left wing. Lovely try this, and finding Jake Hennessy to go over and score his first try of the match. But again, Park, I think through sent Greg Smith, finding a great touch 5 metres out. Blackwood's line out, not straight, scrum ball, and let's get this name right, Alex if you say it, Ben Batouche, we think it is. Yes, Ben Batouche. Apologies to him for that. Crossing over, and again, Sedgley Park back within range. But then that absolutely mad 10 minutes must have been awful for Sedgley Park to watch, but Blackheath it was joyous. And as you say, at the end, prop replacement Danny Rylance going over for Sedgley Park in the end, which gives them at least consolation of the 4-try bonus, which could be important for them in their battle against relegation. But yeah, I think a little bit of relief for Blackheath. I won't say fantastic performance. It was a fantastic fourth quarter, but yeah, I think they will welcome a 3-week break.
Yeah, thank you, Graham. And yeah, congratulations to Billy again for that record equalling try count there. they are on a break now, as Graham says. We will be back at the Utilita on the 11th of April when we play Sale, another big game. So we hope to see a big crowd then.
We've managed to prize Sam Morley out from enjoying himself on the train. Sorry, Sam. We won't take long with this, but today, well, for you personally, a game, 8 out of 9 conversions and a try, so 21 points. Again, game management, again, superb from yourself, and a big win. But before we talk about that mad 10 minutes in the second half, let's talk about the first 60. Probably didn't go quite as according to plan as we would have liked. Kept on nudging ahead, but Sedgley Park, I think probably through Blackheath mistakes, kept on keeping in touch. And how did that go for you? Was it frustrating? Was it difficult? The set piece not quite as we wanted?
Yeah, I think like the nature of the game, I think we always knew it was going to be a difficult game, and we knew that the position that they are in and the position that we're in, there was a lot on the line for both teams. We've obviously had some good wins previously, but we knew this was going to be a very important game. Knew that it was going to be very tough to call for a large amount of the game. So at the 60-minute mark, even though it wasn't like we had pulled away, it wasn't anything that we weren't expecting. We were expecting it to be close for the full game. I think what they were doing really well is they were disrupting the speed of our ball at breakdown, and it was definitely frustrating on the pitch, and I'm sure it looked frustrating from the sideline. Definitely didn't feel like we were able to build pressure by keeping the ball for multiple phases. So I think that was really how I would describe the first 60 minutes. It was a couple of good moments by Blackheath, then undone by a couple of silly mistakes, and Sedgley doing well to frustrate us, and particularly targeting the breakdown, which really disrupted the flow of the game for us. So I think that's why the first 60 minutes were a bit of an arm wrestle. We scored, followed by them scoring, and we weren't really able to pull clear. But as I kind of have alluded to, it was what we were expecting. But I guess we would have hoped that we might have been able to control it a bit better in that first period.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can't take anybody for granted, and at this time of the season, teams, they're fighting for points. They're in a relegation battle, and they find hidden reserves and can cause some upsets. And it certainly on 60 minutes, the game could have gone either way. There was one score in it, but then all of a sudden, it just opened up. And I don't know, maybe we were slightly lucky with a pass out wide to Tom Hughes. Look forward, but referee was dead in line, and he said it was flat. So, and he's always right. So a try, and then in the space of, I'd made it 9 minutes, 5 tries. I don't think I've ever seen, and with your successful conversions, 35 points. I don't think I've ever seen a short period like that before.
It was a weird feeling. It definitely felt very tight, and it was a game that there was a lot on the line. And as you've said, sort of within the space of 5 minutes, you could tell everyone felt a lot more at ease. I think it wasn't like we've always got the ambition to play from deep off kick exit if the opportunities are there, and I feel like we were fortunate in the sense that there was a Sedgley player that went to the bin. There was a yellow card, and that kind of just really emphasised the fact that there was space on that open side, and we were lucky and able to exploit it. Obviously, earlier in the game, we still had that intent to try and play an attack. I don't think those passes were necessarily sticking, and we had quite a lot of unforced errors. But it was nice to see that fresh off after half time, with those opportunities in front of us, we weren't discouraged by the mistakes earlier in the first half. We kept backing the decision, and then when the accuracy was a lot higher, we were able to convert. And as we said, we were all of a sudden able to kind of breathe a sigh of relief, and the nature of the game for the final 10-15 minutes was then a lot different to the way it could have been had we not made the most of those opportunities.
Yeah, well, it was certainly secured the game, and it was an incredible period. It was very difficult for me to keep. I was on live radio at the time. I just couldn't keep up. I was losing my way completely. But brilliant for Blackheath. Secured the 5 points, and Now that we're still in third place,
Yeah.
but now level on points with Plymouth Albion, only 4 points adrift of Rotherham. A little bit of a break, which I'm sure is very much welcome.
Yeah.
And three rounds of matches to go. Incredible end to the season.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think we're in a great position in the sense that every game means something at this point of the season. I think that's credit to the way we have been working ever since pre-season. We're in a great position that we've got 3 games left with a lot on the line, and I know that's very exciting. At the same time, that can be quite fatiguing, so it's nice to have that period of time off next week, but we'll train in the latter half of the second week, and then in the week leading up to Sale, obviously that's a massive game at home as well. So I think the key thing is that we're just taking each game as it comes now, trying to make the most of every performance, get as many points as we can, and the good thing is that we've put ourselves in a position to have something to play for at the end of the season. Without looking too much at the other results, if we can just do what we can, look for good performances in each games that come, then we'll be there with something to play for at the end of the season, which is exciting, and I know all the boys are really up for that. So definitely an exciting period.
Yeah, massive game against Sale FC coming up on the 11th of April. Hopefully we're going to get a big turnout for that one to support Blackheath, because Sale are going to have a big influence on the rest of the season, playing each of the top 3 in consecutive weeks. So we got home advantage, so let's get a big turnout. And for today, Sam, thanks ever so much. Game management, brilliant as always, and thank you for your time.
No worries, I'm going to go back and sing Olivia Dean now.
Look forward to it.
Nice.